Okay, so we had a first to 10, me and you, which was Yun versus Akuma. Now, you were telling me that you had trouble in this match. For what reasons were that? Or what reasons were that you wanted to play versus Yun?
Just because even players that don't really seem like they know really too much about the game, if they have a handle on like dive kicks and 1, 2, 3, I just get owned, and it doesn't make sense. I do a lot better against other matchups, and there's just some things that I feel like I'm missing, but I don't exactly know what that is.
Now that you mentioned it, like I noticed when we were playing that every time I would do dive kick in your face, I would always get a free like 1, 2, 3, and after that it was either into an agent or a fake palm or whatever I wanted pretty much. And after that,
got me with fake palm into command grab a lot.
Yeah, but I mean that's just the setup right there. But even then, just the fact that I get a dive kick in, but nothing else is happening afterwards. It's either block or you get hit. You know, there was no really real try to like buffer parry afterwards. But I mean you'll see it anyways. I mean you'll see like the moments where you can buffer a parry afterwards, because you'll notice like Darren, he always does that. Like every time I dive kick in his face, he always like parries forward first or parries down. Now the way I used to go about it, like when I first started, was I would always figure if I was to play a Yun player and they dive kicked in front of me, I would always parry down. Reason being is because the majority of the normals that he has that can go into Canadian starts down. You know, like low forward, the 1, 2, 3s, and you know just those two enough are the ones that are starting Canadian. So most of the time you would want to parry down, but other times you know you can always parry forward too. But it's all a matter of figuring out like in what moments to do it, and you'll notice that when you play that, you know you'll find those moments. But
When you're suggesting to do the down parry, just one sec. When you're suggesting to do the down parry, you mean like after I have blocked or tried to parry the actual dive kick, like when you hit the ground?
Exactly. I mean that's like
I was trying to do that so bad and it failed every time.
Well, I mean, that's one thing. It's like a process. It's like 1 minute if you see that you don't get the parry afterwards, and well, first it starts with the dive kick. If you're not parrying the dive kick, then you know that's one problem. But then afterwards, if you can't parry the follow up, then you know either you have to stick there and take it, or excuse me, either that or you just you know you start focusing on anti-airing the dive kicks, which is basically you can use jump fierce, you know, jump roundhouse, jump tatsu, or even most of the time if I'm in your face you can do jump back roundhouse, because it's like if I'm dive kicking forward and you jump back, it's the safest move you have. So you know it's those kinds of options that you have that can you know stop that. But overall, like the Akuma versus Yun matchup, you would want to like control the space. That's the main game. Like you have to control the space with like fireballs, air fireballs, demon flips, things like that. And you know when we played, you didn't really use any fireballs at all, like during the ground or in the air or something like that. You know, like you'll notice it here. So let me invite you to the lobby thing. Hold on. Just tell me when you're in.
Alright, I'm in.
Alright, so we're gonna go through the matches like one by one, and you know we'll talk about each moment then, and you know, whatever you want to talk about, like just say it, and you know, we'll figure it out.
Sounds good.
Alright. Oh shit. Okay. Here's the first one.
Are you ready? Go! Let's go!
Right there. What were you trying to do?
When I dive kick down?
Yeah, like I'm sure you're trying to like press a button or do something defensive, right?
Maybe stick out the low forward once I land or something, or just wait for you to kind of react and punish.
Because that's one thing.
Like,
when
I feel like it's at a good distance, just roll fireball.
yeah, like right here. Shit, I mean, jump back fireball would have stopped me in my tracks. Because see, when I have meter, I have to get close. Either I have to get close, or I'm gonna activate far away. And either way, jump back fireball can help. So, but that's what I'm saying when it comes to controlling the space. You have to throw fireballs. You have to, you know, jump air fireballs, just to like condition me, you know. Because you'll notice when like other Akuma players play, they would throw fireballs like that just to bait out the dive kick, so it makes it easier for you to time the parry and punish it. So, you know, when you start floating around more and like not less buttons, but less aggressiveness and more like control, then you'll see that, you know, you'll have a bigger advantage in this matchup. Okay, here's the second one.
I found like later on I tried to start using a few more air fireballs, and I was spacing them badly because you were always kind of just waiting and just walking under and punishing.
Yeah, it's most of the time you want to do them when you're about to land, not really as soon as you jump back, because when you do it as soon as you before you land, you're safer. Right here, you should be out. You should have back grabbed me right there and then just dash back. Yeah, I'm sure that was you just trying to get out of the corner and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right here I have meter, so you should be backing up. In your face. Yeah, you gave that one to me.
I should have just blocked more, right?
Yeah, during Ganation it's fine, because, you know, okay, you catch a command grab, that's no big deal compared to a full combo.
Brutal.
Yeah, I mean, just those little mistakes. I mean, you can see why Darren gets frustrated.
Yeah.
But, you know, he has a better time with it just because, you know, he throws more fireballs. Because I freaking yelled at him to do that.
He throws more fireballs, he's spacing out, like...
He spaces out the dive kicks perfectly.
Better.
Yeah.
And also, he's getting, like, most of those parries, like, after he blocks a dive kick, he's getting, like, the counter parry when you try to do something on the ground. I'm missing it every fucking time.
Yeah. I mean, it's either just, well, I mean, do you practice it, like, often, or is it just mistiming?
I've practiced it a little bit, but I need to go back into training mode and just kind of get a feel for the timing better.
Well, I mean, there's a couple ways to do it, to handle it. I mean, it's more than just, like, the one option of, like, parrying it and then punishing it. You can, you know, you can figure out a spacing to, like, use standing roundhouse to stop a dive kick, or jump back roundhouse to stop a dive kick. Like, practice those types of setups, because most of the time a young player will want a dive kick when he's outside of low forward range, and that's when I do it, because normally you want to accustom them to doing a, you know, like low moves, like low forward or low roundhouse or something, because you have to play that ground game. If not, then, you know, I'm free to get in from the air or whatever. So just practicing, you know, anti-dive kicks, like jump roundhouse, not really being afraid of it, because, you know, what's you know, if you miss a jump roundhouse or jump back roundhouse, it's better than just catching a 1-2-3 to the face, you know.
Yeah, way better.
Exactly. So try to think more of, like, you know, less. What's the better outcome for you? Even though Akuma is fucking weak as hell.
Are you ready?
I know. I'm just trying. I guess I'm trying to, like, parry the dive kicks too much and then punish with, like, a.
Right there was a perfect time to parry when I did the dive kick. See, like right there, you did a jump forward, and you know, what's the worst that I did?
Like it should have been like a jump back or something.
Yeah, but even then it works all the same. You're still relatively safe. And you're not really building meter either. So you're always stuck on 0 bar while I'm getting an H on him really quickly. That was perfect. That defense right there was better than just like trying to parry or trying to like shorty or something. So just take the block and that's it.
There's a few times where I have really low life and you're doing Genei and pressure. I mean, in a situation like that, you kind of just...
Yeah, it gets you scared, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, you should have... Right there, you should have blocked. Look at the life! See, fireball right there would have been perfect.
I do need to work on anti-airing dive kicks better, but it seems like one of my biggest problems is in the eventuality that I do, you know, get the dive kick pressure and say have a block dive kick and you're coming down. I don't think I punish it once.
I didn't see a punish from off of a dive kick like that. I mean, the most I would see would probably be like an air reset, but other than that, I didn't really see anything. Like,
yeah,
anything significant.
And, I mean, at least sometimes to put a bit of fear in you, right? I should be like showing that I can do that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say like jump roundhouse instead of like just simply parrying the dive kick is sometimes a better option than anything.
Are you ready?
So because I mean first with Akuma you get the air reset, and worst case scenario, you know, you just push me back anyways. And that's the thing, you can't let me get in like that.
Like just happened, eh?
Yeah. Right here is perfect, but you gave it away with that. Try to keep it simple with the pressure in your corner, with no big tatsus like that. Unless you space them out perfectly, like at the edge.
Especially with like the twins where
yeah, exactly. And you're not building meter again.
Let's go. Are you ready?
I was thinking too much.
Back up. Exactly like that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what that was. that was a perfect that was a perfect downtime right here. Standing fierce into Tatsu. And right here you have an advantage right now.
Oh.
Exactly. That's the exact same game plan. Fireball? You should have just thrown a fireball for my wake up.
That was a little risky with the red fireball, eh?
Yeah. If you throw a regular fireball on my wake up, I'll be forced to parry or block. So either way, you're still wasting time during getting hit.
Right. You can't sort of shoulder out of it or anything.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And see, exactly like that. See, there's not much else aside from one hit pressure. You know, there's like demon flip or jump roundhouse, standing here.
Are you saying that's what I'm doing?
Yeah. Because normally when you knock me down, an Akuma player should always do jump in fireball. Reason being is because it's like a two-hit, you know, it's like a two-hit chain, you know. It's extra pressure, you know. You get to mix up between high or low, and you get to even do demon flip afterwards. You know, you're free to do whatever you want after that. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of stress to like Darren to always do jump in fireballs after knockdowns, because the worst they'll do is like parry it and then commit to something, or you know, just block it. And in either case, you're still at an advantage.
gives me a chance to open you up with like some throws and then maybe some kind of
Exactly. I mean, even then, if you mix up the timing with the jump and fireballs, sometimes a player will see an opening in it, and they'll be forced to jump because they'll, you know, it's a habit thing, where they'll want to get out of that pressure, and they'll want to jump after that. So, you know, once you control it, because that's the thing with Akuma, because he controls the air 90% of the time with his normals or jump tatsus. So when you do a fireball like that and you see them jump, you capitalize on it and you do jump tatsu, and you punish them for whatever. That's why you'll see
super
or whatever, because you'll notice when Darren plays, he would do like neutral jump fireball, wait for them to jump, and then do jump tatsu. You'll notice that a lot from him. And that's because I conditioned him to that.
so many times telling me.
Yeah, but you know, it works. He's a better player for it.
Well,
Right.
holy shit! I watched them beat up a Yun a few days ago or whatever, and it was, I wanted to learn some of that.
Yeah. See, right there, no jump back fireball.
But right there, if at that spacing, if I did a jump back fireball, couldn't you have like jumped up and dive kicked in to start?
Right, but you would have the advantage because I'm coming into you. You will be able to see it. Because, you know, if you jump back fireball, you land right there and you see me jump and you're like, okay, he's jumping. So you have plenty of time to figure out an option from that. Whether it be parry or jump roundhouse or something. Ah! Gave it right. Oh my god, that line. Ah, you should have jumped tatsu.
Instead of dive kicked in.
Because I was like right in your face with it. And if I caught the parry, then you could have just supered afterwards.
So if I do an early jump tatsu, like the tatsu starts early, and you're in the air, there's not much you can do other than parry it and try to punish on the ground, right?
Exactly. I mean, I tested it today. The most that I can do to stop everything, to reset the entire situation, is just dive kick. But even then, it resets everything. You know, it's no real advantage for me or no real advantage for you. But when you do jump tatsu and I try to parry it, the worst thing that can happen for you is the dive kick thing that I was telling you about. But the best thing that can happen for you is that, you know, you get the combo and you get like a triple tatsu or something. But if I parry it and you have meter, you can also do super in between it. So that's, you know, a few options you have in the air when it comes to doing jump tatsu.
It's much more in my favor once the tatsu starts.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I say like Akuma, he dominates the air game, because you know he has those kinds of options with his super, his tatsu, his normals, his air fireball. Nice. Cause see right here, you should be seeing that I'm jumping every time you press a button on me. So you should say, okay. Yeah, you should think, okay, after one low short he jumped. So let me do 2 low shorts and then neutral jump tatsu. And you'll notice that it'll work. Not because, you know, it's just a habit thing.
Oh, see, I tried it there. I kind of walked forward and tried to get you to jump, and then straight out of it. Another attempt to stop it.
No, and see, like I said, even though you missed it, I didn't get anything from it. So there's no real fear from it. The most that I'll be able to get is a bow forward into dash punch. But even then, I have to time it right, because or else you can buffer a parry.
So, on a dive kick, there's a very strict timing where you land that I can actually hit you.
Depends on the spacing, really. Ah, you should be blocking! Right here, you should be focusing on trying to get out. So, a demon flip, a roundhouse demon flip would be perfect.
Yeah, I was trying to hit that like perfect timing to be able to.
It's really kind of risky.
It's really tight.
Yeah, you should probably just use the low forward, probably medium kick tatsu, if anything.
Rather than like yeah,
Mhm.
for that damage.
Or even just the fact that there's extra hits and it's better than leaving yourself open with short tatsu.
Yeah, it spaces me out better as well. Like I said, fly over you a little further away.
Mhm. It makes it harder. It makes my life harder, anyways.
Are you ready? Go.
More fireballs. And I saw how you saw me jump and you try to react to it too. And that's the perfect way to think about it. But you have to condition me more.
I was attempting a little more towards the second half here.
Yeah.
Work.
But I mean, it happens. It's a tough matchup as it is.
Fighters ready.
Just the fact that I'm a small character makes it harder for me to actually get around it.
Oh, and then one good Genei-jin combo, and it's 2/3 my life.
Yeah, like right here you messed up, and that's half your life gone. But if you did jump back fireball and then regular super on the ground, you would have had a better chance. Wow. Ah, jump tatsu right there.
You win.
That's unfortunate. You were in the air with a hop kick, right?
I think with a dash punch.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I remember that. I couldn't quite tell. I thought I actually hit you on the ground. I was trying to confirm that.
I think there was something I saw there that. Oh yeah, I was also noticing that half of these matches you're actually sticking to one bar too, which is actually a good thing because it leaves you less prone to like go for that demon that you love. Wait.
But it feels so good, Lloyd.
Well, but it's funny because I never really saw you with max meter until the last few games in. But even then, you didn't really go for anything crazy. You just kind of stuck to the whole try to confirm it to super kind of thing, which is exactly what you're saying. Yeah, which is
a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. But one thing that you should be doing more is trying to build meter more. Building the space more is essential for this.
And also, it's more incentive for you to try to not just sit back. For you to like hurry up and get in.
Yeah, because I don't want to give you a chance to get 2 bars and then run the risk of me running into something. It's I don't like doing that because you can control me easily. If you do a jump back fireball and I do a dive kick, you can super from that. So it makes it harder for me to get in. Just block. Just block.
I mean, right there, you're dashing up to me. I have like hardly any life. I kind of have to just parry out of that, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's possible to just block it and just react to like an overhead or something. Because you gotta remember, like normals during Genei-jin, they don't do damage. So just because I do a standing fierce on you, it's not doing anything. So it's just extra pressure. It's just normals that look blue,
Right. Even though they sort of have a super property, they don't chip.
Yeah, they don't chip or anything. They just look colorful and are really fast.
And have high priority.
That's it.
Oh, also, so if I'm doing like a demon flip pressure on you, you seem to be a few times. You seem to be getting me good with probably like option parry into close range kick.
Go.
How do I stop you from doing that? Like, just like do a dive, like
empty.
cancel into a kick a little early?
Either that or empty dive kick. Empty demon flip.
But aren't you doing it early enough that like you'll knock me out of the air with your close meet?
No. If you cancel the demon flip at the last minute, it's really tough for me to react to that and like try to punish it. But you know, if anything, we'll be in the same position. Worst case scenario. But most of the time, I'm expecting a demon flip to come out. And I'm already buffering a parry, so that's 5 frames extra that you get to do something. Because, you know, obviously parries are 5 frames. So, you know, you get that little extra time. Right there was perfect. That jumping fireball that you did into demon flip, that was a perfect setup. And you still come at me. I mean, it's good to have no fear like that, but only when you're establishing good defense.
Oh, yeah. Well, but there's not that much.
I couldn't. Yeah, if you buffered parry forward, and I did dash punch, you would have parried it.
And I anti-aired you properly there.
Yeah.
I actually controlled the space a little better in that, even though I could use a few more fireballs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, you see the results right there in itself. Like, when you knocked me down in the first round, the first thing that you saw was a jump-in fireball into demon flip, and that's the perfect setup. Because either I'm expecting a jump-in fireball into like low short, or into a grab, or into like standing fears, but then you just like reset everything and you did jump-in fireball demon flip. So now it's like, oh shit, is he gonna do demon flip kick? Is he gonna, you know, demon flip grab, or is he gonna empty demon flip? So these are the things that are running through my mind when I'm in that position. So either I'm always gonna buffer a parry regardless to punish an early demon flip. So that gives you a chance anyways to like do the demon flip grab, which you did, and it put me in the corner. So that's just the whole, like throughout those few 2 seconds, like I thought about all of that stuff, and even then you still came out on top because you had the advantage.
Are you ready? Go!
So what about in the beginning of the round, when we're both building meter? Ultimately, like it would be nice to get in and take some damage off you before you get like a full game.
Nice.
Right?
It depends on how you want to build meter. Because for you build meter by being offensive, like that. You're not really like building meter by pressing like strong or something like that. So I would say.
I normally do. I guess I was just I like it.
There's that too. But even, I mean, in either case, it's better that you know you build meter in that sense with like just trying to get in, and with that you can get your damage in. But like I said, with control, like controlling the space with fireballs, you wouldn't have to worry about collision regardless. Because if you're like full screen and I activate, you have the advantage because you know if I jump, you can super. Or you can do jump back fireball, you can do regular fireball, you can demon flip forward while I go forward, you know, to like switch sides. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of ways you can think about it. It's all depending on how you want to control the screen. So, you know, that's just one thing that you have to get around. Like learning how to control like the space itself. And everything else will fall into place, like your damage, your meter, like, you know, once you control the space, everything works out.
It seems to me that a big part of that, controlling the space, is well, basically just like spacing jump-ins properly. Whether I'm going to go in for a dive kick or an air fireball or an empty jump. It's sort of like just spacing it properly so I'm not usually anti-aired or dash under or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's more than just empty jump. Well, not empty jump. Like a late jump in roundhouse. It's more like, because the fireballs from Akuma are really, you know, they're really fucking good. So I mean, you can always mix up the timing with them, and you know, it's really, with normals you can leave yourself open, but with the fireballs, you know, it's a projectile, you know, so I have to think ahead. You know, you're covering yourself with a fireball, so you know it leaves you more options to get in and do all this type of stuff. But I'm still stuck in the moment where I have to think, okay, a fireball's coming at me. Compared to if you throw a normal, okay, a roundhouse is coming at me. I could just parry this and counter. You know, there's a big difference between those two. I mean, we'll go over it. We'll go over it after this. Like I'll show you some examples. But you know, that's just the general idea about it.
So once I start jumping in and spacing my jump in so that the fireball, you know, it hits you properly and allows me to land and things like that, what are you going to start to try to do to stop me from doing that?
Well, I could do like, if it's a jump in air fireball, I can do like, most of the time I'm probably gonna buffer parry afterwards, or you know, just block afterwards to see what you do. But if I'm constantly getting pressured, then I'm gonna try to press the fastest normal I have, which is standing short or low short. And that's true for all the small characters who have like fast normals. So the thing that you can do is after a jump in fireball, you can buffer parry yourself and be safe. And you'll notice, like, if you see like match play, he does that exact thing. Like he looks for the parry, and if he doesn't get anything, he grabs or he continues the pressure. That was perfect. Oh, why fierce?
Why did I use fierce?
You could have did. You could have did Satsu on the road. I don't know why I'm trying to.
What should you have done? Like just.
I could have just. I probably could have jumped backwards. I think. Just block. Ah, you missed it. See? Look at the damage right now. Look at that. And that's only because that one little moment you didn't block. And see, that's exactly what I was talking about. The air fireball into the pressure. You saw that you were at the advantage. Like you had pressure on you right
there. I could have just jumped back air fireball since you again.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking.
Back air fireball is that?
No, I was looking for parry.
I know that jump back air fireball is good. I so rarely use it. Come to think of it now.
Well, even regular fireballs you don't really use like that. So, you know, I mean it happens, but you know, it's a learning process.
The regular air fireball, I mean that kind of like you're gonna have to show me the particular distance that is best to throw a ground fireball because that's easily like jumped over, right?
Yeah, obviously. But I mean, most of the time, you know, if you're already playing the game of doing like, you know, jump air fireballs, then I have to get under you, you know. So from there, you know, the person's gonna have to either dash forward or walk forward, so they're gonna be forced to like, you know, take the fireball in the first place because they're not gonna be expecting it. You know, it's you know, it's about playing the psychology aspect of it. So, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna walk here now. Oh shit, but he's throwing air fireball, so I could walk under. But then you throw a ground fireball, and it's like, oh shit, so now I have to jump. And then, you know, it's back all over again. So, what's that example?
Prepare to strike now.
Okay, so say we started out, and you're building meter right there. I would be throwing a fireball like that, and you would want to parry it. And then from there, I see you building meter. I would just jump in fireball like this.
Right.
But I mean, if I'm full screen, yeah, I would like do it like that. And see how it hits you at the edge? I can start doing whatever. And see, like, even though you buffer the parry, and you know, I still have the advantage right there.
But you're doing it so late, couldn't you just do a medium kick, like, sort of early, and the tip will sort of hit me and knock me out?
What do you mean? Like, do an early fireball?
Oh, I guess you have to be a little closer.
Yeah, and plus the startup too, it's not really... And I mean, there's more to it than that. Like, if I'm this close, I know the options that you have. I know that you can do standing forward, low strong into up kicks, or, you know, just jump chain, like jump jab fierce. That's his chain. So I'm gonna be buffering a parry if I'm this close anyways. And if I don't get anything, then I'm gonna grab you after. But going back to, I mean,
just to stop the medium kick, you'll be buffering.
yeah, I mean, cause if I buffer a parry right there, and you do a standing forward, I get a full punish. Look at that. All that from.
Was the jumping normal a medium kick?
No, fierce. Right. So from here, if let's say you have Ganagin right here, and you activate, I can just sit here and wait for like just to jump back fireball like this the whole day until it wastes about half your meter, and then from there, if I see you jump, I can just sweep it like that. And worst case scenario, it wastes the meter, and that's all that matters. You have to waste the meter, and that's it. Once you get that out of the way, then you can continue what you want to do.
But I mean, unless I'm like already in the corner, once I activate Ganagin, you're gonna be jumping back. I'm gonna push myself into the corner, right? But then it's just up to me to get out again.
Okay, let's say you activate Ganagin and I'm in the corner like this. Activate, and you get in the corner like that, and you're like trying to pressure me. I can just demon flip out like that, and just jump back fireball again. So it's all. What happened?
No, so teleport is a legitimate option, but only every once in a while, right?
I wouldn't recommend
I see you perform.
I wouldn't recommend it during an agent because, you know, Yun's dash punch is fast enough to catch you off of it, you know? But if it's like, it's kind of half and half, because sometimes, you know, if you least expect it, then okay, it'll work. But most of the time, if you have good reactions, a player can just do dive kick. It's a dash punch to punish it, and you know those are the few options that he has to punish that move. But I mean, obviously it's not as effective during an agent, but it still works. But I honestly prefer Demon Flip out because it's faster. You get to cancel it like that, and there's no trip guard off of it either. So if I do it like this and you do low forward, if I cancel it at the last minute, shit. See? See what I mean? If I cancel at the last minute, which is kind of hard to do, because you can see like the kick is coming out a little bit. And you see right there, it didn't really come out. Fuck, it came out again. But see, that's
sure that there's a really tight window that you can actually hit it, but if you're like a bit far away, the normal doesn't travel.
Exactly. I mean, but it's no different than doing a teleport. But at least with the demon flip, you have you know, you can do it early like that, or you can just cancel it. But
it's a lot safer than teleport, actually.
Yeah, it is. So if I'm like this, I would do like, you know, even then you can do like a normal into demon flip to get out, and it works all the same. So you can do like, or if I'm in the corner, you can do jump fireball and then Ranos demon flip like that. So like I said, it's all about controlling the space like this. Because you can see how hard it is to get in, even from that. And you saw how you tried to jump and you got hit?
Yeah.
That's
makes me think for a second.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all the same concept. It all revolves around, you know, controlling the space that way. And if you do it properly, and if you do a dive kick like right in front of me, I can get a parry like easily. Shit, I missed it right there. But even then, if I miss the parry and you do a 1, 2, 3, I'm always buffing the parry regardless. Like that. But
so the only thing that, like, if you forward parry like that, and I start, or if I forward parry your 1, 2, 3 like that, you're gonna start trying to do that, right?
Not really. I would actually, me personally, I would do a command grab. Because if I see a player like starting to parry, then you know they're gonna be left open for those few frames right there. So I'm gonna be doing command grab to just get free damage. Either that or I do standing fierce from Yun, because it's a 2-hit move like that. It's hard to react, and plus it beats out Shoryu's too.
Oh really?
Yeah, the closed version it beats out Shoryu. So you'll notice that, like, if you knock me down like with low roundhouse and you do it, it'll beat out the Shoryu. Fuck, I could even do it. Yeah, I could even do it.
Really?
It beats it out if it's not reversal. I mean, sometimes even if it's reversal, it'll trade.
Right, because the first 3 frames I think of his fierce uppercut are
yeah, it's like a meaty. It's like a meaty, but you know it's a quick meaty.
And it's 2 hits.
Exactly. So it's like even if they try to parry it, then they have the second hit to deal with. Because most of the time, guest parriers, they would want to like parry first and then like press a button afterwards. But that move that deals with it, you know. So it's tough for guest parriers to deal with that move.
So once, let's say I practice my timing and I start like parrying your 1, 2, 3 or whatever you do after you've landed from the time, and you start trying to command grab me. Then what? How do I deal with your command grab? And are you gonna pull some kind of weird option select on me or something?
Normally it's like situation dependent. But even then, you shouldn't even be thinking about like, okay, what's after the dive kick? You know, your first priority should be deal with the dive kick first, and then worst case scenario, you deal with what's after. But if you're like worried about what's coming after the dive kick, then you're giving me a free dive kick anyways. So you have to be conscious of the fact that not every dive kick should come at you. You know, you have to be ready for it no matter what. Either with a parry forward into block, or just a counter like that. But most of the time, most of the times when somebody misses like a dive kick parry, they would buffer a parry first anyways, and then just grab. Because most of the time, if you miss the parry and they're not pressing a button, then they're gonna try to grab you anyways. And either you'll get a tech or something. But most of the time it's the best thing to do because it stops the pressure altogether. So you'll see, like, if I miss the dive kick, shit. Fuck it. It's just a habit. Fuck. See? And now if you do it with the 1, 2, 3, you know, I get that.
And a forward parry or a down parry is going to beat that jab.
Yeah, exactly. Now if you try it with a command grab, try it. See? You don't really have much time. So that's the biggest thing that. Wait, you did it wrong?
Oh yes, I saw it come out.
Yeah, because
so
command grabs are about
with command grabs. You can beat them if you do it early enough with just a regular grab.
Well, command grabs, they start up in about 6 or 7 frames, or
and those are throwable frames.
Hold on. Yeah, in about 6 or 7 frames, they start up. But during that time, know, you can do whatever. You can do. That's why most of the time with Makoto, you'll notice that when she tries to go for a command grab, that a standing short from like Yun or Yang will beat her, because you know, standing short starts out in about 3 frames, and the command grab is about 5. So if you anything earlier than that, it'll beat it out. So in the case of grabs should be about, I think, how fast it is.
Like 2 or 3 frames. It's pretty quick.
I think it's 3. Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 frames. Yeah, 2 frames. So obviously that's fast enough, you know. So it's like if you do a dive kick, I miss it, I'm always gonna buffer parry and then just grab like that. But if I get the parry right there, I go into a full punish. So
right, and that's kind of training.
Yeah. First set of motions is forward parry, then block, and then another parry, and then block, and then grab. So it's like, well, that I would have punished it, and right there I just missed it. But you can do that too. Well, I could do that too, actually, not you. But you know, it's most of the time though. Like if it's at that range, a Yun or Yang player, they won't really go into command grab like that, because if it's at the edge, they're gonna have the advantage anyways, because you're catching them like by the around the ankles, and that's where a Yun or Yang player has the advantage. So they can combo after that, or you know, they can do whatever. So you won't really look to see them do command grabs like that. So
you're gonna go into some type of like
normal, yeah.
To keep.
Yeah, I mean even at that distance they can't grab. So, but yeah, general concept. You know, controlling the space is the most important. So if I'm going like this, I see you jump. Say it like that. And then just and see how difficult it is to get in like that?
Yeah, really popping off all those.
And then from there, if you place your normals right, you can just do that, and that stops everything. So, you know, that's why I say controlling the space. You deal more damage from this than simply just going for combos.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. So generally in this matchup, you don't really want to be like right in Yun's face very much at all. Like unless
if he has no meter, then no. But well, I mean, if he does have meter, sorry, then no. But if he doesn't, then you're free to do it. So right now, since you have meter, I have to be aware of the fact that you can activate off of normals, you can activate full screen, you can do whatever. So I have to be really careful with that. And see right there, I saw you lucha jump like that. And most of the time, young players will want to dive kick after that. So it's like one fireball like that. You dash forward and then you wait for them to dive kick. It's a basic setup that young players have. It's a habit thing. So you see it
like
if you
jump and then jump up and do a dive kick.
But even then, you're still controlling it regardless. You still have the space advantage. I'm out.
Yeah, it's really annoying having those fireballs.
Yeah, but that's why sometimes I get pissed off at Darren, because he does it a lot. Because he actually listens to me when he does it.
After very much reminding.
But you know, that's the basic concept. I mean, you can at least you'll have this for reference, so you can look at it whenever. I mean, even though you didn't really do that good, but you know, shit happens, you know.
Yeah, well, I wasn't. I mean, this is one of my worst matchups. So
exactly.
Honestly, I'm more comfortable fighting Chun.
Yeah, I mean, so is Darren. I mean, you know, it's just the fact that I can get in through the air that makes it so annoying. So, you know, I mean, I guess you can use this against like dude so high or something, you know, or some.
I'd like to like.
But I mean,
yeah,
if you,
Darren handled him pretty well, and it just seemed like he was doing exactly what you're talking about, just spacing it out and anti-airing and using fireballs. So
yeah,
practice.
exactly. So I mean, we can you know do another test another time, and well, I mean, I can use Yang or something, but we'll see what happens. But you know, it's the same thing. Just make sure that you know you use more fireballs like that and build more meters. Because if you have the meter for it, you can just stop anything. Because the basic idea is that Akuma controls the air. So.
Are you ready?
Alright, well that's all very helpful.
One last. What else? Oh, and also during an agent, make sure to block.
Any other advice? Like, do you have any advice for like crunch time? You got no life, and you're probably gonna die from something if you don't. You know,
I would say buffer parry into grab. Worst case scenario, because that's most of the time. A lot of players, like even Kuroda does this sometimes. Like he'll wait for openings during an agent, and most of the time you'll see that during my pressure, that I would do like standing strong into low short, standing strong low short, but during those moments, you can buffer parry forward and then just back up. And then from there, just do whatever. So you could do things like... See how you control it like that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're supposed to be working for.
Fighters ready. Engage.
No, for example, if you activate, nice activation. So just pressure. What the hell is pressure?
I don't know. I've never really used Yun. I've never even played around with Genagent.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, just block. If you see, most of the time, like, I wouldn't really go for the grab. I would just go for a demon flip out. Reason being is because I'd rather not deal with the whole idea of whiffing a grab and getting punished for it. And worst case scenario, that's what happens. I'd rather take that than taking an entire combo for no reason. So I mean, there are times where if a player gets too obvious with his Genagent, then okay, you'll feel free to like go crazy. But if a player is like conscious of it, then they can buffer a parry in between it. They can just wait for you. Like, see, if you look back at the matches, you'll notice that I waited for you one time and you did a Shoryu.
Yeah, I saw that a couple times actually.
Yeah, I blocked it and then I just got like 50% life on it. So just be aware of that, because there are some players who are autopilot like hell, but other players who just they'll know what you're doing. So just keep that in mind whenever you're playing.
Okay, well that's good. Now, is it worth trying to parry, like, you didn't do very many hop kicks, like the overhead, his command.
Well, because
is it worth trying to parry that?
I mean you can work to parry that too, but I didn't really do it because I saw that you were really like aggressive during Genagent, so I didn't really want to mess with it. So I didn't really want to say like, okay, I'm gonna do a hop kick here and run the risk of getting shoryu'd. Because if I do that, then I waste all my meter. So
yeah. So I mean, you're using UOH instead, which allows you to connect into the combo, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But in either case, you'll find all this uploaded and stuff, so you can always look back at it. You can work on your own setups. I mean, there are some times where players work on their own setups, like Match. Like he would do, like, he has a specific game plan where he does like a jump in air fireball into like a normal, and if the player gets hit, then he continues it. But if the player blocks it, then he jumps back and he does whatever, and he just like resets the entire situation. You know, so you'll notice that from match when he's playing against like younger Yang players. So that's one thing that you can look at. I tell Darren that all the time, but he doesn't want to believe me. So
I don't think Match is one of his favorite Gokis.
yeah, but clearly he's better. So Darren, if you're watching this, just so you know, Match is better. He's probably gonna be like, no, how we better? Okay,
You're gonna hear about it later. It's alright.
yeah. But anyways, so that's all I can tell you about that. I mean, for this first attempt, you know, I mean.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, maybe I can try to do some practice or we can do some casuals with you at some point in the future. But that's PKKO, man. That's very helpful. Thanks a lot.
No problem. And this will be uploaded like sometime soon. So this is for anybody for Akuma versus Jun. So hope you had fun.